If you're over 70, you might think your bedtime routine is harmless, simple habits like sipping tea, watching TV, or reading a book before sleep. But what if I told you that certain nighttime habits, seemingly innocent, could silently be putting your life at risk? The truth is, after 70, the body becomes more sensitive to even the smallest disruptions. Sleep isn't just about rest anymore, it's about survival. Your nighttime choices can affect your heart, your brain, your breathing, and your overall longevity. In this video, we're going to explore 5 deadly bedtime mistakes that many seniors make without even realizing it. These are the kinds of habits that seem normal, comforting even, but can have serious consequences over time. If you, or someone you love, is over 70, this might be the most important video you watch today. Because changing even one of these habits could mean the difference between a peaceful night's sleep and a dangerous one. Let's begin. 1. Eating a heavy meal right before bed. For many older adults, dinner tends to be the highlight of the day, a time to unwind, maybe enjoy a favorite dish, or share a meal with someone special. And sometimes, that dinner happens late. A hearty plate of pasta, some rich stew, maybe a glass of wine, followed by dessert, it feels comforting, like a reward at the end of a long day. But here's what most people don't realize. After the age of 70, the body's ability to process food, especially large or fatty meals, slows down significantly. Digestion becomes less efficient. Metabolism is reduced. And the body simply doesn't bounce back the way it used to. So when you eat a heavy meal within an hour or two of going to bed, your body is forced to work overtime just to break it down. This affects your sleep quality in multiple ways. First, it disrupts the natural circadian rhythm. The body is supposed to shift into rest and repair mode at night. But when your stomach is full and actively digesting, your body is working, not resting. This leads to lighter, more fragmented sleep. Second, it increases the risk of acid reflux, especially in older adults. Lying down with a full stomach often causes stomach acid to creep back up the esophagus. That burning sensation in the chest? That's not just uncomfortable. Over time, chronic reflux can damage the throat, affect breathing, and even increase the risk of certain cancers. Third, heavy late-night eating has been linked to higher blood pressure, weight gain, and even elevated blood sugar levels overnight, all of which are serious concerns for people over 70. Let me tell you about Harold. He's 78. Every night, he used to eat dinner around 8:30, sometimes closer to 9 o'clock. He loved his food, hearty portions, rich sauces, the works. But over time, he noticed something strange. He began waking up in the middle of the night feeling restless, bloated, even anxious. He'd sometimes feel short of breath or slightly nauseous. His doctor suggested something simple: eat earlier and eat lighter. Within a week, Harold noticed a difference. He was sleeping deeper, waking up more refreshed, and even had more energy during the day. It wasn't a big change. Just shifting dinner 2 hours earlier and opting for lighter meals in the evening. But it made a big impact. So ask yourself, are your evening meals helping you rest, or making your body work harder when it should be winding down? A simple adjustment, like eating dinner by 6 or 6:30, and keeping it light, could dramatically improve your sleep quality, reduce nighttime health risks, and support your overall longevity. After 70, every good night's sleep counts. Don't let your dinner steal it from you. 2. Taking certain medications too close to bedtime. As we age, the list of medications we take often grows. Prescriptions for blood pressure, heart conditions, arthritis, sleep aids, antidepressants, and sometimes over-the-counter remedies like painkillers or antacids. It becomes a routine, brushing your teeth, setting your alarm, and taking your nightly pills with a glass of water on the nightstand. But what many don't realize is this: the timing of your medication can be just as important as the medication itself. Especially after 70, when the body metabolizes drugs more slowly, and sensitivity to side effects increases dramatically. Taking the wrong medication, or the right medication at the wrong time, just before bed can quietly wreak havoc on your body through the night, sometimes with life-threatening consequences. Let's break this down with a few common examples. Blood pressure medications, particularly diuretics, are often taken at night to align with the doctor's recommendation. But these can increase urination, waking you multiple times throughout the night, disrupting your deep sleep, and increasing the risk of nighttime falls during bathroom trips. Some sleep aids, even over-the-counter ones like diphenhydramine, found in Benadryl or Tylenol PM, can cause confusion, grogginess, or even hallucinations in older adults. The effect might linger into the next morning, leading to dizziness or disorientation, both of which are major risk factors for falls and accidents. Certain antidepressants or heart medications may lower blood pressure too much during the night, causing faintness upon standing, irregular heart rhythms, or lightheadedness when you wake up. In some cases, these nocturnal drops in blood pressure have been linked to strokes and silent heart attacks that occur during sleep. And then there are medications that interact negatively with others. Taken together, at the wrong time, they can cause liver strain, suppress breathing, or alter brain chemistry just enough to impair cognition the next day. Let's take Margaret, age 82. She was taking a mix of medications, a mild beta blocker for her heart, a diuretic for swelling, and a low-dose sleeping pill her doctor prescribed months ago. Over time, she began waking up groggy, feeling off balance. One morning, she fainted while getting out of bed and broke her wrist. After reviewing her regimen, her doctor realized the diuretic and sleeping pill were clashing, robbing her of rest and stability. After adjusting the schedule, moving the diuretic to earlier in the day, tapering the sleeping aid, and spacing her meds apart, Margaret regained her clarity and stability. The change wasn't about what she was taking, but when. That's why, if you're over 70 and on multiple medications, it's not enough to just take your pills. You must understand them, especially their timing. Talk to your pharmacist. Ask if any medications you take should be avoided right before sleep. Review your regimen regularly. Because a small timing adjustment today could prevent a serious complication tomorrow. Sleep should be your body's sanctuary, not a battleground of side effects. Make sure your nightly routine supports healing, not harm. 3. Eating heavy or problematic foods late at night. For much of our lives, late-night snacking might feel like a harmless indulgence, a slice of cake, a handful of chips, maybe even a warm bowl of soup before bed. But after 70, our digestive systems don't function the way they used to. The body slows down, including the gut, which means what you eat, and when you eat it, becomes crucial for your health, particularly while you sleep. Eating heavy meals or certain types of foods too close to bedtime can set off a chain reaction of issues that may seem minor at first, but can accumulate into serious health concerns, especially overnight when you're unaware of what your body is going through. Let's explore why. As we age, our stomach produces less acid, and digestion becomes more sluggish. A heavy meal before bed, especially one rich in fats, spicy ingredients, or simple carbohydrates, can lead to indigestion, acid reflux, and heartburn. These issues don't just make sleep uncomfortable. In some cases, they can wake you up gasping for air or cause chronic inflammation in the esophagus. Repeated exposure to acid during sleep has even been linked to increased risks of esophageal cancer. Then there's the issue of blood sugar. Foods high in sugar or refined carbs, like white bread, pasta, cookies, or even fruit juice, can cause a spike in glucose followed by a crash during the night. That crash may lead to poor sleep, night sweats, or even nightmares. In older adults, blood sugar instability is also tied to increased cognitive decline, mood swings, and morning fatigue. Protein-heavy meals, while good during the day, can be harder to digest at night. They require more effort from your stomach, which can lead to restlessness and disrupted sleep cycles. Your body ends up working overtime when it should be in a state of repair. Let's not forget dehydration. Salty foods, even seemingly harmless snacks like popcorn or cheese, can dehydrate you during the night, leading to headaches, dry mouth, and increased nighttime urination, which in turn disrupts deep sleep and increases fall risk during late-night trips to the bathroom. Take the example of Gerald, 77, who had developed a habit of enjoying a bowl of ice cream before bed. He thought it helped him relax, but over time, he noticed chest discomfort at night and frequent awakenings. His doctor helped him identify the dairy and sugar combo as the culprit. By switching to a small banana and chamomile tea, Gerald began sleeping more soundly and woke up feeling more refreshed. It's not just what you eat, it's when and how you eat that determines how well your body recovers during the night. A good rule of thumb? Finish your last meal at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Choose foods that are easy to digest and won't spike your blood sugar or irritate your stomach. Think lightly cooked vegetables, a small portion of lean protein, or calming teas. Your body deserves rest, not a full stomach to fight with. Give your digestive system the chance to power down, so you can truly rest and heal through the night. What feels like a small change can be a major gift to your future health. 4. Going to bed with unspoken worries or regrets. As we grow older, our nights often become quieter. The house no longer buzzes with children's laughter, the phone rings less often, and the stillness of the evening can feel both peaceful and painfully loud. For many older adults, bedtime becomes the moment when memories return, not just the joyful ones, but also the regrets, the what-ifs, and the lingering worries that never quite found their resolution. And while we might believe we can sleep them away, the truth is, going to bed with a heavy heart can silently wear down the soul and the body. Studies in geriatric psychology show that emotional stress, even low-level, chronic stress, has a significant impact on sleep quality and immune function in people over 70. Nighttime, when distractions fade and the mind is left alone, can become a breeding ground for anxiety. Unspoken words. Unhealed relationships. Fears about health, finances, or simply what tomorrow may bring. Take Eleanor, 82. Every night, she'd lay in bed thinking about her estranged son. They hadn't spoken in 5 years. She never reached out because she wasn't sure what to say, and he hadn't either. She carried that silence like a stone in her chest. Over time, her sleep grew restless. She woke up more tired than before, and her health began to decline. It wasn't until she began writing unsent letters each night, pouring out her thoughts on paper, that her sleep softened, and with it, her spirit began to lift. Why does this matter? Because emotional burdens don't stay in the mind. They seep into the heart, the nervous system, and even the immune system. And over time, they can make aging feel heavier than it needs to be. Going to sleep with a peaceful heart is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. It doesn't require everything to be perfect. It doesn't mean you have to fix every mistake or mend every wound before closing your eyes. But it does mean honoring your emotions, acknowledging your truths, and finding small ways to lighten your soul. That might be talking to a loved one, writing in a journal, saying a prayer, listening to music that soothes you, or simply whispering, "I forgive you," to someone else, or to yourself. Don't underestimate the power of emotional peace. It helps regulate blood pressure, lowers stress hormones, and encourages deeper, more restorative sleep. It also cultivates a sense of purpose and resilience, two things that are deeply tied to longevity. You've lived a life full of triumphs, trials, and lessons. You deserve nights that feel like healing, not punishment. So before you close your eyes tonight, ask yourself gently, is there something on my heart I need to let go of? And if the answer is yes, even just a whisper of yes, take a small step toward release. A breath, a thought, a word. It might not fix everything, but it might just help you sleep and wake up with a little more peace in your soul. 5. Ignoring pain or discomfort before sleep. For many people over 70, pain becomes a quiet companion. It creeps into joints, settles into the lower back, or pulses behind tired eyes. And while some pain is expected with age, what's dangerous is how often it's dismissed, especially at night. There's a tendency to think, it's just age, or I'll deal with it tomorrow. But brushing off physical discomfort before bed can lead to more than a restless night. It can quietly erode your overall health and even mask more serious conditions. Sleep is when the body repairs itself. It's a time for cells to regenerate, for inflammation to lower, for muscles and tissues to recover from the strain of the day. But when pain is ignored, your body stays in a state of stress. Cortisol levels rise, heart rate increases, and instead of healing, your body fights, even while you try to rest. Let's consider George, 76. He often felt a dull ache in his chest at bedtime but assumed it was indigestion. He never mentioned it to his doctor. Weeks later, after waking from a particularly difficult night, he finally sought medical attention. It turned out he had early signs of a heart condition, something that might have been caught sooner if he had paid attention to his body's whispers instead of waiting for it to shout. Ignoring pain doesn't make you stronger. It doesn't make you brave. It makes you vulnerable to preventable harm. This doesn't mean every ache is an emergency. But it does mean listening to your body with compassion and curiosity. Where does it hurt? How long has it been happening? Is it getting worse? Is it keeping you from sleeping deeply? Addressing discomfort could be as simple as adjusting your pillow, applying a heating pad, changing your sleeping position, or discussing medication options with your doctor. Sometimes it means exploring physical therapy, gentle stretching routines, or making dietary changes that reduce inflammation. More importantly, it means taking your own well-being seriously, even when it feels easier to ignore. Because when you're over 70, quality sleep isn't just a luxury, it's a cornerstone of longevity. And pain, if left unchecked, robs you of that healing time night after night. So tonight, before bed, take a moment. Scan your body gently. Is there tension in your shoulders? A stiffness in your knees? A throb in your back? If there is, don't just lie there and hope it fades. Acknowledge it. Care for it. Talk about it. And give yourself permission to pursue comfort, not as a weakness, but as a deeply wise act of self-respect. Because you've carried so much for so long. You deserve to rest. Truly rest. And so, if there's one truth to carry with you tonight, it's this. The small things matter, especially after 70. What you eat. How you breathe. What you ignore. Each decision, each habit, each quiet choice. It's either guiding you gently toward peace, or silently pulling you away from it. Your bedtime isn't just the end of the day. It's the start of your healing. Of your restoration. Of your hope for tomorrow. So take care of yourself as if your life depends on it. Because, in many ways, it does. You've earned more than just sleep. You've earned rest that is deep, safe, and deserving. Don't let anything, not a bad habit, not neglect, not noise, steal that from you. And if this video helped you reflect, please share it with someone you love. Because sometimes, the most powerful changes begin with the simplest awareness. Until next time, sleep gently, live wisely, and take care of that beautiful, aging soul of yours.